and we figured out what July is. But
Snow Sky July. I could not think of what it was. I was going through the May gray, the June gloom. Could not think of July, and my brain was going straight to August. But we're going to be seeing lots more of that dense marine layer in the overnight hours. But one other thing we're keeping an eye on in terms of the Camino fire is those winds. So we are still seeing those winds with a northwesterly direction that is bringing in more marine influence. So it's bringing in that cooler air, but it's also bringing in some gusty conditions. So we saw some really calm conditions in the overnight hours, already starting to see that ramp up just a little bit. By the mid-afternoon hours, we could see gusts up to 20 miles an hour. They're going to be a little bit erratic, coming in from the northwest, pushing the head of that fire towards the southeast. Something to keep a close eye on, but these are relatively minimal, so good news there. Then calming down dramatically as we head into the overnight hours once again. So good news there in the Huasna Valley for the Camino fire, just to the east of Arroyo Grande. So we're keeping a close eye in that area, but across the entirety of the central coast right now, not too bad with those winds. Still a little bit of those wind gusts sticking around along the south coast with the remnant of a sundowner event that we saw just yesterday. But in the next couple of hours, we are going to be seeing those winds turn back on shore, seeing that by about 11 a.m. We're going to start seeing that big transition. By 2 p.m. we're going to be seeing gusts up to about 20 miles an hour in some areas, up to 25 up in Paso Robles. So some gusts still sticking around. We could see gusts up to 30 miles an hour this afternoon, then calming down in the overnight hours, except for along our south coast, where we will still be seeing a little bit of a sundowner event. That's mainly just going to be keeping them a little bit clearer in the morning hours over the next couple of days with all of those winds sticking around. So you can see that's already something we're seeing this morning along our south coast, where we don't see a whole lot of those cloudy areas along our south coast because of that sundowner event. But other than that, we are still seeing a little bit of that dense fog still sticking around through the morning hours. Even up into Paso Robles, they're seeing some moving down the Salinas River Valley, something to keep a close eye on. No major concerns for these visibilities this morning, so good news for the remainder of your morning commute. So temperature-wise, still a little bit on the chilly side. You're likely going to want that extra layer as you head out the door. 52 degrees in Paso Robles and San Ynez, 53 in Santa Maria, 56 degrees in California Valley, 62 in the Cuyama Valley for today. For today's forecast, 91 degrees in Paso Robles, 72 in San Luis Obispo, 68 degrees in Santa Maria, 66 in Lompoc, and 75 degrees for today's high in Santa Barbara along our north coast, 58 in Morro Bay, 92 in San Miguel, 62 in San Simeon. In the Five Cities region, continuing to see mild conditions, 69 degrees in Napomo, 60 degrees in Los Osos, and 89 degrees in Shandon. Head down towards our south coast, continuing to see more of those mild conditions, 72 in Goleta, 68 degrees in Orchid, and 92 degrees in the Cuyama Valley. For the next 3 days, it is the holiday weekend, still a little bit more of that dense fog for Saturday and Sunday, clearing out for Monday for picture-perfect conditions for the 4th of July. And then even as we head into the later portion of next week, we'll see lots of sunshine and really mild conditions, a little bit of a warm-up as we head into the end of next week in those interior valleys. We could see temperatures climbing back up towards those triple digits by the end of next week. Neil and Janelle, back to you.